I'm here at the Pennsylvania Farm Show with Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary Greig. Thank you for joining us here today. This is the 97th annual Pennsylvania Farm Show. What makes this farm show so successful and so unique?
Well, I think it's because agriculture is continually changing. You know, it's continually evolving. The technology in agriculture is definitely new every year. So I think between that and the fact that farmers come here to see the new technology, to visit with old friends, and this is a tradition in Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania Farm Show.
Now, recently the Farm Show has received some international recognition. Could you explain that a little bit to our viewers today?
Yes, I can. The today's Ag exhibit over in the Wise Expo Hall is what you're talking about. We just received the Judge's Choice Award from the International Association of Fairs and Exhibits. Now that is there for the educational part of agriculture. In today's Ag, where they built a barn right inside of this building, and we have it's stocked with chicken, turkeys, hogs, and cattle, and the public can come and see exactly how the animals live in the barn, in a modern day agricultural barn. So we were given that award because nowadays the general population is 4 and 5 generations away from being on the farm. So they don't know how their food is produced. They don't know how the animals are treated. So we felt the need, and Penn Ag Industries and some other sponsors have helped to show these people how animals are treated, how we care for our animals, and how we care for our soil and our waters.
It was a great display. I actually had the opportunity to walk through it with my father and my daughter today here at the farm show, and it's a lot different than what I was accustomed to, watching family members who had farms when I was growing up. So it definitely is a very unique. Now getting on to some of the legislative initiatives that we had in this last session. One of the things that the governor recently signed was a law changing the inheritance tax system for family farmers. Agriculture is the #1 industry here in Pennsylvania, and how will that impact our ag industries throughout the state?
That's a huge impact on Pennsylvania farms. I'm a farmer myself, and I have a 650-acre farm in Crawford County. And I've known younger farmers who have inherited farms. Their parents pass on, and some of these farmers have had to sell off part or all of the farms just to pay the inheritance tax. So with the elimination of the inheritance tax, this next generation will be able to invest into their farms and make their farms more viable rather than pay that inheritance tax.
Standing behind us, we see a lot of produce displays and racks as part of the farm show. Talk a little bit about the farmers markets. I mean, a lot of communities, as in Carbon County, we still have the farmers markets where people can go buy local fresh produce. How has that changed, and how is agriculture, the industry of agriculture, keeping up with still providing those alternatives for that local produce and organically grown produce, or contributing to our local farmers markets?
Well, recently they passed PA Preferred bill, making PA Preferred the permanent branding program for Pennsylvania products. Pennsylvania leads the nation in direct marketing, so that means we have more farmers markets, we have more direct marketing from farmers to consumers. And the PA Preferred program will help those people in their marketing, because people will know when they buy PA Preferred that they're buying local. And when they buy from a local farmer, when they buy local, it keeps the money that they spend on that food, it keeps that local, and it's better for the local economies. And when it's better for the local economies, it's better for Pennsylvania's economy.
How do you see agriculture evolving? Obviously, in going through the display we've seen earlier, it really shows the difference in how animals are raised these days. Well, how do you see agriculture evolving in the state of Pennsylvania, and over the next 5, 10, 20 years?
Well, Pennsylvania leads the nation in a lot of areas. Farmland preservation is one. So we are preserving our farmland, and like I said, we lead the nation, so we're far ahead of all the other states as far as farmland preservation. You've seen some of the equipment over there. We passed the ag transportation bills. Those ag transportation bills were vital for us to move this large equipment, from farm to farm, and so we thank you for that. We thank the governor for those transportation bills. We also, the technology, you've seen the technology. They have GPS tractors. They have sprayers. There's a sprayer there that shuts off the nozzles so it does not overspray, so they don't cover the same area twice. So between technology and the work ethic of the Pennsylvania farmer and the new methods, we're good in Pennsylvania. Agriculture is alive and well, and I think that Pennsylvania will continue to lead the nation in many areas in agriculture.
One of the things that has some folks concerned in Carbon County, it's not necessarily related to agriculture, although it is the disease that has struck in some of the deer herd in and throughout central Pennsylvania, the chronic wasting disease. Has the State Department of Agriculture, what have you done, or what has the agency done at this point to kind of control that outbreak?
Well, the Department of Agriculture, we oversee the captive deer herds in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is second in the nation in captive deer herds. We're second only to Texas. We have 1,100 captive deer herds in Pennsylvania, 23,000 head of deer. Chronic wasting disease, we got our first positive October 6th. We knew that it was inevitable. We were the 23rd state to find a positive CWD in a deer herd. Now ours in Pennsylvania is only in the captive deer. It's not in the wild, but we had a plan in place. We activated that plan October 6th. So we are working with the Game Commission, Department of Environmental Protection, Department of Health, and USDA Wildlife Services, and some other agencies to keep this in check. It's gone very well. We've only found 2 positives throughout the state. I know that the Game Commission has done over 38,000 tests in the wild herd, and they have not found 1 positive yet. So I believe it's safe. It's not, it's no danger for the consumers. So we have it under control.
Thank you. And then just one more quick question. Stink bugs. I'm cleaning the house this past weekend with my wife and daughters, and come across quite a few of them. And I know in speaking to some of our local farmers and those that raise produce, they're concerned with the stink bug. And I know there's been quite a bit of research. These aren't native stink bugs. These are, I guess, agent stink bugs. But if you could just elaborate a little bit on what the department's doing through the different agencies to possibly control that, and also is there anything that average folks or farmers can do to help control that outbreak?
You can go online. There is a trap that will help to trap those stink bugs around your homes. It's very effective, and it's made out of a 2-liter pop bottle. But as far as we continue to do research on that, I know that a lot of research dollars have been cut on the federal level and on the state level also. But that's why research and extension is very important to agriculture. This pest itself. Now to the fruit industry, this is big because there are a lot of places, a lot of farms in Adams County where they take their apples, they put them in cold storage. Well, if the apples have been pierced by the stink bugs, 1 apple can destroy the whole bunch. And so that's very important, that we don't want these people that have put up these cold storage units and have, they have payments to make on these facilities. They put good product in there, and then the product they get out is they have to destroy. So we need to continue to work on stink bugs, and there's always other invasive species. We have Pennsylvania Invasive Species Council that is under the Department of Agriculture. So we're constantly and continually working on these invasive species.
Well, Mr. Secretary, I know you're a busy man, and this is probably the busiest week of the year for you here at the farm show. The agency the department has done a great job once again working the Farm Bureau at this 97th annual Pennsylvania Farm Show, and I definitely would invite people as they view these broadcasts. If they can't get out this year, then definitely get out next year. Come out and enjoy the farm show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.